Hello there good guys, welcome to another episode of Batman Month, and this time I'm reviewing Joel Schumacher's first entry into the Batman series. Now, after the somewhat failure success of Batman Returns, Warner Bros. Decided to switch studios and try to make a more kid-friendly Batman after many parents complained that Batman Returns was too dark and had too many, quote, adult themes. So they brought in Joel Schumacher, who then brought us the really fantastic movie, which is Batman Forever, which stars Val Kilmer, Nicole Kidman, Tommy Lee Jones, Jim Carrey, and Chris O'Donnell. And it came out in '95 and was actually rated as the 6th highest grossing film of '95, which is pretty good for a Batman movie. Okay, the plot is going to be a little bit long to explain, but I'm going to try my best. Batman Forever begins with Batman stopping a bank robbery that Harvey Two-Face is performing at the anniversary of the day he was caught. Now, before Batman goes into the bank, however, he meets Chase Meridian, who was brought in by Commissioner Gordon to study the effects of split personalities in Two-Face. However, she tends to get a sexual attraction to Batman, which I thought was a little odd because she's by far the most forward love interest out of the whole Batman series. Now, Edward Nygma decides to team up with Two-Face, who he was once working with Wayne Corp, and decides that he will help Two-Face discover the identity of Batman if he helps him capture corporate capital and become Gotham's most primitive carbonite life form by draining the brain waves of Gotham citizens and growing smarter. During this time, however, Two-Face, during a circus act, kills Dick Grayson's parents, and then Dick Grayson goes under the care of Bruce Wayne, who then they eventually team up to bring down Two-Face and Riddler and save Gotham City and the world. Many people believe that this movie is the beginning of the death of the Batman series, but I have to heavily disagree because I absolutely love this film. It's very believable, at least in my earliest memories, that not only is Batman Forever the first Batman movie I ever saw as a kid, but it's probably one of the 2 reasons that the color green is my favorite color. And I've heard that's a real big complaint that people have with Batman Forever, is that there's too much green. Well, green's my favorite color, so put as much green as you want into it. Plus, also, by far, the best thing about this film is this is not a Batman movie, this is a Jim Carrey film. Every scene he's in, whether he's Nygma or the Riddler, he basically steals the show. Every line of dialogue is funny. Everything he does is just hilarious. He even outdoes Batman. I personally enjoyed this movie just for Jim Carrey, and he's probably the funniest person I've ever seen. Now, many people have complained that Chris O'Donnell's portrayal as Robin is somewhat not that great because he's a little too old, but I think that in the context of this particular story done, it's okay, but they could have picked someone younger. Now, unfortunately, as much as I love this film, it does have its serious flaws. As I've stated before, one of my biggest flaws is that Robin is simply too old. Not that I have anything against Chris O'Donnell as an actor. I think he's a pretty decent actor, but they really should have picked someone younger. By the time, from what I know in the comic books, by the time Robin is Chris O'Donnell's age, he's about Nightwing at that point, and then we get Jason Todd as Robin during that particular time period. And really, out of all the Batman films, even throughout all the animated Batman films, this one has to have the single most disappointing ending. Spoiler alert, if you have not seen this movie. By the end of the movie, Batman infiltrates Riddler's headquarters, and he is talking to Riddler, and he wants Batman to make a choice of whether to save Robin, him being Batman, or Chase being Bruce Wayne. And all Batman does to defeat the Riddler is throw some boomerang at some little green square glass thing, and apparently that somehow breaks his brainwave shield and his brain gets turned to mush. That's just really disappointing. I mean, as bad as Batman and Robin was, at least Batman had a final battle with Dr. Freeze, and Barbara and Dick Grayson took on Bane, as poorly choreographed as that was. And it just seems that Batman in this one also kills, and that's just the one thing that the first 3 films failed to do, is keep that notion that Batman doesn't kill. He kills Harvey Two-Face by throwing a bunch of coins up as he flips his own coin, gets confused, falls off this little platform thing and he falls to his death. And that's just something Batman wouldn't do. Those are the only real sense of flaws that I have, but this is still a very solid movie and very enjoyable. Now, despite my love and flaws of this movie, I would give Batman Forever a solid 8.85 out of 10. Very good movie, definitely check it out, and personally, this is the first Batman movie I would show my kids out of any of the Batman films. If you like this review, please like, comment down below, and subscribe up top to keep track of me and Batman Month. And please join me tomorrow when unfortunately, we go into the darkest moment of comic book movie history when I review Batman and Robin. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.